Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. New subscribers, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. Guys, I'm sorry about yesterday. Let me first apologize to you guys for yesterday and the day before, where we did not come live here and I did not put out a notice. I apologize. I did not feel well the last few days, but I am back here now. So there's a few things to discuss, guys, and as you can see in the title here, it says that it talks about the big lie. There's a big lie that was brought to the diaspora in an effort to basically undermine and sabotage Jamaica. And that big lie must be addressed on this program because there's a collaboration between the opposition and a few members of the diaspora in this big lie to give the appearance that Jamaica is going to collapse or Jamaica is going to turn Haiti. You hear the language coming from these people. Um, and, the opposition is a part of this organization and this organized effort to push this big lie against Jamaica, to destabilize our country, to undermine, sabotage. Guys, those of you who follow politics, we don't really have to tell you that it's basically an undermining effort. The PNP has seen this before, and you have seen what it has done to the PNP, where members from within sabotage their leader and their party by extension so bad that the party now have no use to itself under their leadership. We have seen it, guys, and we have seen the destruction that it has brought on the People's National Party. The party is a shell of itself. You cannot have people doing these things internally and expect an organization to stand. In the same way that you cannot have people doing that within a country and expect a country to stand. And therefore, that brings us to the crime that the opposition may be committing by going to the diaspora and deliberately lying to the diaspora, carrying misinformation to the diaspora to undermine the country. We're going to have Liz come on as well, guys. Make sure that you give the live a thumbs up. And let us get into the big lie. Let us get into whether the government is aware of what is happening, and if so, how did they respond? Right? So we're going to get into all of it. So thank you guys for joining, and make sure that you give the thing a thumbs up so that we can get the algorithm going. I'm going to let you hear from one of our very own in the diaspora as well. He sent an article to our local newspaper about the people who are attempting to topple the government of Jamaica and destabilize the country. Guys, this is very serious. This is not a small scale business going on here. This is not some joke. When you have members of your own country who are trying to destabilize your country because they want power, it's not a good thing. It's very bad. And as I said, we see it play out already in the PNP. The same very people who are trying to do this to Jamaica now, they did it to their own party. We saw what they did and we see the aftermath of that. We are going to be fair over here, and we're going to talk about Jamaica a little bit. We're going to talk about whether this so-called protest coming up is a legitimate thing, and whether they should be out there protesting. You cannot stop people from protesting, but there's a fine line between protesting and mischief making. We're going to talk about it. So let us see who's here so far. Hold on, guys. Thank you for joining, by the way. And justice for Melissa. Jolly and Sylvia goes back to court on the 14th. That's in about 5 days. I think that's going to be Monday or Tuesday. To hear his fate in terms of whether he will get bail or not. So let us see. Andrew, Joanne. Guys, we do not come out here and beg donation on this program. Some of the people them out here, them do that, but over here, guys, we don't. But if you feel generous and you appreciate the content and what we are doing over here, you can feel free to, hit up the button down there. So if you can see one little green button, you can tap up that little button there if you're feeling generous. You understand? But this program over here don't put no pressure on our supporters and our viewers to come make the donation, because we're not running no charity over here, So it's always up to you guys. So good night, everybody. Welcome and thank you for joining. So without further ado, let us go back to the statement that was made in the diaspora, which caused the problem. And then we'll go from there. So have a listen to this, guys.
But what does the opposition plan to do on the poor healthcare facilities that exist in Jamaica?
The issue of how the budget for health is being spent is a real issue for us, because what is happening now is that the government is on a major spending binge of expansion of various hospital facilities and so on. And we know from experience that that is a problem in terms of corruption, because if you look at Cornell Regional Hospital, which is a major hospital in Western Jamaica, that was supposed to be renovated at a cost of $2 billion. And how many years later, 6 years later, it still can't finish, and the budget gone over $20 billion. And there's been no accountability for that, none. So, when we see these big expenditures in health on new projects, it's of concern to us, because we don't like the way they manage those projects. But furthermore, the basics are not being attended to. What do I call the basics? The experience of the average Jamaican when they go into a public hospital and they need treatment and they need to be admitted and they need a bed. Many times they can't see a doctor for hours to be even through the triage process, and then they can't get a bed for days. And many of them have to be on a wheelchair or on a bench or lying on a cardboard or whatever. Yeah. So to me,
guys. So a few things in Mark Golding's statement that must be addressed, right? The first thing is he made reference to the money being spent on the renovation of the healthcare facilities, and he's saying that we've seen this before. We've never seen that before. We never see what Ima talks. What Ima say is basically saying we have seen wasteful spending or theft of money that is to be put into the healthcare system. That is not true. He's saying that, yes, work is being done. He admitted that work is being done at Cornwall Regional and other healthcare facilities. That is misinformation, and that is a lie. Where he talks about how, we need more beds and we need this and we need that. First thing to remember is this government did not inherit a perfect healthcare system. Jamaica is a developing country, and there are some who were in charge of the health ministry who did their very best to try and renovate and make the thing, in our acceptable state where Jamaican people now fear run go foreign to go get health care. Mark Golding no use the health care system of Jamaica. What is he talking about? So when he's talking as if the previous administration left a perfect healthcare system, no. Jamaica's healthcare system has never been perfect. We are a developing country. And I have shown you guys on this platform where work is being done. Them are building new units and them something. I want to know first hear Tufton's response. And then I'll get back to you guys.
I want to come back. I want to come back to the point that was made in that clip in the diaspora community by the opposition leader, because he caused me to rearrange my speech a bit to satisfy, because I think it's important, because I think when we talk to our Jamaicans, whether here or abroad, while I agree with the debate and the cut and thrust of the debate, I think we have to be careful about false narratives, either through ignorance, lack of understanding, or just plain mischief. And I'm not accusing you of any one of the above. But something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with that narrative. Because if you really want more beds, and more waiting area, and more doctors, and more nurses, how could you not want us hiring more doctors and nurses, building more health centers, building more hospitals to provide more beds? It don't make sense. If you really want a rehabilitated Cornwall Regional Hospital rather than a band-aid quick fix measure, how could you not want us to strip down a building that was leaking, had electrical problem, had mold, and not build back a proper and new hospital? Remember I tell you, there's a difference between rescoping and cost overrun. And the mischief in your statement and statements on that side is that the impression is created that somehow what was supposed to be 3 or 4 billion almost turned 21 because somebody pocket the rest of it and gone somewhere with it. It is unfair. It is wrong. It is immoral. And it is mischief. So the reason why I am making the leader of the opposition the subject of my conversation. And by the way, I respect the role that you have and that you have to speak. So this is not a broadside unfairly. But I want you to have the facts so that when you speak, you can understand that we can't have our own facts. Facts is facts. That's the point, right? Facts is facts.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says there's no truth to claims that the government spent $21 billion on the renovation project at Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. During his contribution to the sectoral debate on Tuesday, Dr. Tufton told the House that the sum includes expenditure on multiple other health facilities in Western Jamaica.
This 21 billion is being bandied about, either without proper understanding of the expenditure or just an attempt of mischief making. First of all, the 21 billion includes expenditures on Falmouth, on Noel Homes, on building out a new accident and emergency, the previously Mount Salem Clinic, a new diagnostic center outside of the main building. Because for those who care to know the truth, they would appreciate that we had to build a hospital around the hospital to continue the services.
The health minister says the allegations of cost overruns on the renovation project are false.
There is a difference between cost overrun and rescoping of cost, because what is being bandied about as cost overrun is not cost overrun. What started as fixing a ventilation system morphed into the stripping down of a 10-story building and a replacement of every single window, every single door, every ward, every operating theater. So in effect, what we are doing is building a brand new hospital for the
Dr. Christopher Tufton, Health and Wellness Minister. He was speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday.
So a new offer this year from the National Health Fund is a subsidy of $1,300 to every Jamaican female 21 years and older to get an annual pap smear for detection of cervical cancer. This is a big development because we care about our women. Cervical cancer is the second leading cause of death in our women. And so this subsidy will hopefully encourage our women to get tested. So my encouragement is take advantage of this benefit from the National Health Fund, $1,300 per year, 21 years and over, to get tested. Of course, this is in addition to a PSA test that is offered with a $1,600 subsidy for our men who would like to do a prostate screening. And so we are catering to both males and females to do a screening as part of knowing your numbers and protecting your health. All right, so a major announcement today by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. $2.5 billion scholarship fund, $500 million a year for the next 5 years to provide Jamaicans like you an opportunity to study an area of public health, whether it is in the clinical area, a nurse, a doctor, or health information systems, or healthcare management, all aimed at giving an opportunity for Jamaicans who would like to study in this area, but very importantly also to ensure that as we build hospitals and improve and expand the services, we have the people to provide the care for Jamaicans who need it. It's a big deal, and it's part of the transformation that we're trying to achieve as a government.
And the infection reached my white and my red blood cell. You see that 21 dose of antibiotic, I have to take 3 doses a day. That's a 1 dose. However them do it. You see them doctor there? Right, crazy. Anybody have any little chip and if I have to buy one little sheet, one little pillow. They are one of the best in Jamaica. Them are clean telling me. Them bed hole and them not no fitted sheets and the mattress is sinking in one hole. But let me tell you, all the sister them are working at the hospital where they did for 100 years. My salute to them. You see all the sister them come a morning time and say, praise the Lord! Hallelujah! Every morning somebody come on the ward, come pray and who all who sick. Jamaica is a beautiful place. I will never, ever, follow nobody and discriminate. My country. If it had me alone with a Ghana and just are not all. But my mom said no. KPH are the best hospital. Hallelujah.
Yeah, guys. So basically, they are on this they're on this journey, this mission to undermine Jamaica and sabotage Jamaica with the big lie, Mark Golding's big lie, that the government of Jamaica is pocketing the money that is allocated for health care to fix not just Cornwall Regional, but other healthcare facilities in Jamaica. Remember, guys, when Cornwall Regional first did come into focus where the healthcare system is concerned, it was supposed to be a minor renovation, mold and them look at something there. When the assessment was done, the hospital need way more than that. So it will cost more money and time. If Mark Golding is going to go to the diaspora and tell them, say, the government a thief the money, then why don't bring proof and evidence? Bring the proof and the evidence. You can't just go abroad and be lying on your country. That makes you a traitor. You are committing treason. And that should be a punishable crime in Jamaica. I go and let you hear what this gentleman has to say. He's a member of the diaspora, and there should have been some counter protests. If I was living in the state where the so-called protests will have no traction, if I was living in that state, me would have go there. Me would have go there. Yes, me would go there. And do my own thing right this in front of them. You understand? Me no know if no patriotic Jamaican in a New York, but you know, sometimes people never have the time. So I'm going to let you know hear what this gentleman has to say. Listen up, guys. Transformative in. Oh, hold on. First, let me tell you who he is. I think his name is Dr. Hold on. The title of the article says, "Do not support anti-Jamaica activities." I'm gonna let you listen to it, and then I will give you the information about him at the end. Interest of Jamaica and rally behind our government's transformative initiatives. Fellow Jamaicans, I am Dr. Clovis B. Nelson, encouraging all Jamaicans home and abroad to unite in vigilance in the face of actions which are not in the interest of our country. We stand at a critical juncture in our nation's history. Despite the tireless efforts of the Andrew Holness administration to propel Jamaica towards first world status, a small but vocal group of individuals in the diaspora seeks to discredit our beloved country on the international stage. Through misinformation, along with misleading and inaccurate narrative, it appears they aim to undermine our government and hinder our progress. We must not let them succeed. As one people, we must stand vigilant against actions which are not in the interest of Jamaica and rally behind our government's transformative initiatives. Since 2016, the Holness administration has achieved remarkable economic growth and development, including Jamaica's GDP, which has grown consistently with a 1.9% increase in 2020, as indicated and recorded by the World Bank. Infrastructure development, major projects like the North-South Highway, Norman Manley International Airport expansion, and Jamaica Development Infrastructure Program, JDIP, have modernized our infrastructure as indicated and documented by the IMF. Jamaica has improved its global competitiveness ranking, moving up 10 places to 72nd in the 2019 Global Competitiveness Index, World Economic Forum records. There is no doubt that the Jamaican economy is in the best shape it has ever been for a very long time. So much so that the government has been able to pass on benefits to the people by cutting GCT, increasing pensions for senior citizens, make funding available for youth to attend the Heart Trust Skills Program free of cost. Let us unite, fellow Jamaicans, to protect brand Jamaica against forces of division and misinformation. Let us celebrate our achievements and continue to work together towards a brighter future for Jamaica. Stand with our government. Please do not support anything that in the end will only serve to hurt brand Jamaica. Fellow Jamaicans. Yes, guys. So now hear what the man I say. I true the man talk. Very true. Could the government do better? Yes. Any government to come in, at the end of them term, me always say them could have do better. Because me is a perfectionist. But the truth of the matter is none of them not perfect. Where Tufton is concerned, there was a time when Tufton was under a lot of pressure. I don't know if you remember. You remember when the local scandal come down on Tufton? With the video where did that go around? And the woman over market, me and relationship and be sitting. You remember that, guys? Tufton is under a whole heap of pressure. What was Mark Golding them doing during that time? You know what they were doing? They were sabotaging Peter Phillips. They were sabotaging their own party. You know why? Because they wanted the Andrew Holness government to remain. They wanted Peter Phillips to lose and resign so that them could have got capture the party and buy it for $10 million. Well, guess what? Since them help pick This government, for another term, Lord, them make them do their work. Leave them, make them do their work. Jamaica fix, perfect. You see Queenie come ball a while ago. Queenie, all the way from UK, got sick, very sick in Jamaica, nearly dead. And she gave a testimony talking about how well the care was. And she acknowledged, say, yes, some little shortfalls in the system. So the bed, them not really 100 and them things they are rare. But she said she nah follow nobody and undermine and discriminate our country. So why is it that this man here take up himself gone at the diaspora and tell lie on Jamaica? And go and tell lie on the government. Nothing what him say no go so. Is lie ma tell you see him face when they catch him na the lie? Lies. If Mark Golding had done this, if he was a politician in the UK, where his mother and father come from and he 4 parents them. If he was a politician in the UK and he did that, he could not go back to UK because they would have charged him for treason. But true in a Jamaica, anything goes. I don't even know if Jamaica has a treason law, or if they ever use it, or if they can use it. But when he might come back to Jamaica, they should have locked him up for treason. The lie when him come tell Jamaica about the homicide of Melissa, not even that the police them would have interrogate this man about. He might get away with too much. And if I did Andrew Holness come out of Jamaica can tell people say somebody dead one way and when you check it out a different thing. The whole only that kill Andrew. But I get to realize something here. I get to realize that a lot of Jamaican people, they are still, I don't know if you want to say intimidated by, but they are still underneath this spell, this colonial spell of people like Mark Golding. Them feel like say white is always right, and although me not anti-white, me not anti nothing. You the same energy where you bring come give me I give you back. Me treat everybody fair. But you have some people with the mindset that white is always right. This man Mark Golding has gotten away with so many things where Andrew Holness could have never get away with. Mark Golding come out and call the parliamentarian them little boy and boy. If Andrew Holness did do that, when near Murphy made little boy, I saw Mark Golding call the parliamentarian them little boy and boy them. Andrew can't use a language and survive. You're crazy. We see money that bring him down to and say, what are you doing? You don't represent we are going them way there. But you know give Mark Golding a pass. Mark Golding can't tell like say Melissa died peacefully or natural cause or whatever. I wish the man who killed Melissa condolences. I mean, you know now no ask him say. When me say no now, me not talk my friend them over here so cause the whole of them on the same page. I know say them are wicked and cover up. But there are some people in the Jamaica society, human rights, women rights, police, detectives, nobody now can ask him, say, what was your intention when you come up and tell the people them one thing and a gunshot kill a woman? So now him can go to the diaspora. The amount of things we do. The election denial. When him that poll 13%, and a son he start to commission his own a poll. Because I know say anybody else to poll him, them gonna talk the truth. Him not want the truth, because he's a liar. So him start to commission his own a polls. This poll was not commissioned by him. It was commissioned by Melo TV. And Bill Johnson did the poll. So him just start by his own a poll like when buy PMP for $10 million. I buy them, so them I go buy them we a walk until like on Jamaica. But we the people know the truth. Mark Golding is not no quality as somebody for lead Jamaica. Mark Golding just start put on clean clothes. And look here, I the truth me attack. This is a man we used to carry him, not even hear him not really come more so. Him just start look clean what day. So this role, and I'm sorry to go personal, but I just the truth. Yeah? Just the truth. This role that Mark Golding was shoved into by those people in the PNP. If you can't tell lie, walk and tell lie for Andrew and Jamaica. If you can't disrespect people. Can't demean people and tell lie on all ancestors them. For sure you all the man, hey, the man, me use my eye and my ears and see Mark Golding tell Jamaica and emancipation, they say our ancestors fought and bled for freedom. All them something there, none of them in a Jamaica now hold him accountable for. I know say a lie that our ancestors fought and bled. Where? It's a lie. Sometimes I'm disappointed on Andrew because all him hear them something and him not talk. All if I'm a prime minister, I mean, Mark Golding come and tell Jamaica, little children, big people, I say, our ancestors fought and bled and died for freedom. I would have go up a Blue Mountain Peak with one speaker and says, lie. I make the whole nation hear it. A lie. So one time, I see some people about say them are protesting in the diaspora. They not protest go nowhere. Nobody not listen to them. First of all, when I say if the government is short falling, you can't talk. You're supposed to talk and you're there as opposition that you're supposed to do. Wherever they're falling short and not doing right, yes, you talk up. But when you have to go lie on the country, in the international community, you're a traitor, you're wicked. Miss Lisa talking in Atlanta already. Big platform. Consul General was there and all these kind of people. And she spoke extensively about the current status of Jamaica. Because it was Jamaica 60, I think. Sorry, guys, I'm not feeling too well. And she talked about, our history, where we are, where we're supposed to be. Yeah, she talked. But she never come back and tell a lie on nobody and come tell lie on Jamaica and tell lie on the government. There's a way to do things. These people walking and telling lie on the country and I say them a traitor and treason never commit. You could have been so desperate that's you gone in a diaspora. I tell lie on the country, so. You're not patriotic. I mean, we wouldn't do that to UK, We shot him parents and grandparents and everybody. He never do that to the UK. So why you walking and telling lie on Jamaica? Wouldn't notice nobody not go over Florida with him? Wouldn't notice say nobody in a PNP don't guard the diaspora with him because they know where they go do. And they know where to cost them. So him and his wife alone go. They know better. None of them didn't accompany him on this lying tour. The big lie tour. I wonder if anybody with an illegal background there, so. Because me know so when do a treason. What him do? A treason. Well on. Let me see if no legal people there. Good night, everybody. Please give the live a thumbs up, guys. We can talk the truth, but we don't ever lie on our country. We don't lie on our country. We don't lie on the healthcare system. The healthcare system I try to develop. That is fair enough. But we're going to tell lie. I tell the people them say money a thief out from the health budget. But yet still out of your same mouth, yeah, say the government I do this and I do that in a different healthcare facility. You confuse, man. Try to confuse the people because you're too darn lie. Make a call list because I want to know. Me want to know which opposition leader in a history. Or which opposition leader. How only when people in opposition maybe me don't know. But maybe I through the desperation take them they start do this. So I want to know when in a history, no other opposition ever do it, and if so, why? Yes, it's not okay to tell lie for your country. This is wickedness, man. Come with your proof or your receipt or your evidence. Come show away. Liz. Yes, Liz, good night. We want to know tonight now. If there was ever a time in Jamaica where an opposition went to the diaspora and tell them lies on the country to undermine the country. Say good night to the audience.
No. Good night, everybody. No other opposition leader ever, and certainly no opposition leader from the People's National Party has ever gone to the international scene. The Jamaicans any lie on the country. None. Norman Manley, opposition leader, never did. Michael Manley, opposition leader, never did. Osha Simpson Miller, opposition leader, never did. Dr. Peter Phillips, opposition leader, never did. But there's one I'd just like to say before. All of those persons, the name that I've called, from the PNP, Shira never did either. Frank never did. He never lasted long in the office of Prime Minister. Siago talked to the international, but he talked to the Republican Party, not Jamaica. Bruce Gordon never did. With the exception of Siaga, the others were born here. So there's a connection. They always had a connection to Jamaica. So they never took Jamaica's domestic situation to other Jamaicans and bleed it. Never happened.
Okay, so make sure say here this thing that they're trying to drum up with a few vloggers and organizers of this little protest where they've been trying to do for months now, but they haven't been gaining any traction with it and stuff like that, right? So
Yes.
a political pundit said something on Sunday, last week Sunday. Very smart guy too in a Jamaica. And he was saying, listen, the people are so apathetic. And he suggested that the best strategy for the opposition is to tell Jamaica what they're going to do to run a better country. And he also suggested that the government should tell Jamaica what they have done as a government. So what the guy is basically saying to the opposition is, if you want to seize power in this country, tell the people them what you're going to do to make Jamaica a better country. And he specifically said, stop from attacking the government. But it's more than an attack, it's reaching now. Just be a lie, be a lie, be a lie. So what do you think about the method that they're using to gain power? And he's always caught. And when you look at him, when he's caught, he just looks so disappointed in himself. I don't know if that's even the right interpretation, but
Okay, I was taught, right? I was told politically, you think a certain way, you think always outside the box, and you think ahead of the present times. Now, opposition leaders are usually in democracies across the globe. Opposition leaders are to the president, prime minister, as in reality. And what opposition leaders usually do is to work for example, inside the country that they intend to lead is to work with the civil service structure. And so what we find is that the opposition leaders all born here is able to go into the respective ministries and they can gather information. That is how it's done. That's how I knew it was at the start. But one of the things that people need to, I've been saying it for quite some time. Mark Jefferson Golding is not a Jamaican by birth, and Mark Jefferson Golding is not, and has never, and will never be a politician. Mark Jefferson Golding has never voted for the PNP. Therefore, Mark Jefferson Golding has no affiliation or connection to Jamaica and Jamaican politics. Mark Jefferson Golding is a trained Oxford graduate in commercial law. Commercial law specifically deals with buying banks, buying businesses, buying properties,
acquisition.
Right, causing hostile, what the business world classify as hostile takeovers. Right? Some of them usually dispense with them by selling them speculation in foreign currency. Those are things that commercial lawyers usually relate to. Now, Mark Golding and Peter Bunting sees the thing as one wants to be the chairman, or as we know it in politics, the prime minister, and the other one wants to be the CEO that sits there immediately under the chairman. And so they are not seeing the country as a country to be run as with a government. They are seeing the country as a business venture that them go and buy that will give them far-reaching scope to open banks in the region, to go to open banks in Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania. That is their aim. So when we see Margot, because no opposition leader waiting to take over the government of the country would ever think of going to the world stage, a foreign soil, a foreign country, and go in front of your embassy. Because when you go to an embassy, in any country where your embassy is located, once you attack the embassy, it is considered an attack on the country.
So would you say that what him do? The lies where him go to the diaspora or tell the diaspora upon Jamaica. You feel say a treason that? Me don't know what the treason last year Jamaica, you know. Let me see.
Yeah, treason is far-fetched. Treason is wide. Because and the interesting thing is saying it outside the parliament, so the government can now take him into the courts for him to prove it. He's not protected by any immunity of parliament or the fact that he wears the office of opposition leader on the soil that he is. It is not an official political visit. It seems to be a celebration of honeymoon and what you call a fundraiser. Therefore, for him to be saying that the government has stolen money, the government can relate, and he has said it in a foreign country. The government can do something about that part of it, to have him prove it in a court of law. Because he was actually in the status of private citizen, although he wears the hat of opposition leader, but he was not in an official capacity of opposition leader. So it can be considered treasonous.
Okay. Well, I don't think that Jamaica's laws are so developed where treason would be. I think that the first and only time I know for sure where anybody was brought for treason was, I think, sometime in the 1960s with the Rasta. Them remember when they call them a Rastafari cult?
Yes, but our laws are were very well thought out, processed, and written, just like the Jamaican Constitution.
You think so?
We must never ever underestimate the capacity of our country. Our laws are fully developed, eloquently developed, brilliantly developed from the 1930s, coming on to when we officially signed documents of the official implementation of independence, August 6, 1962. Our laws are adequate. What we have is the problem of institutionalizing and implementing the law, right? That is where the problem lies. What do I mean by that? The fact that the opposition leader is unaware of what the office of the opposition leader entails is not fully implemented in the Constitution. There are particular parts of it, but it doesn't know the full constitutionality of the office of opposition leader. And therefore, the onus is on government based on this situation. Because what he said, governments across the globe sit up and listen. And if government, for example, if Australia or Nigeria wanted to come and to invest 2 million euro or US, and here the person wearing the office of opposition leader telling them in the public space that the money is being, for the Minister of Health is stealing and it's stolen to the tune of 21 billion, then the Australian government and the Nigerian government is going to hold on to their investment plans. If a businessman of Elon Musk capacity and wealth says he wants to come to Jamaica to establish a factory to build spaceships and whatever else, and hear that the man wearing the office, opposition leader, is saying that the Minister of Health is a thief and he has stolen to the tune of $21 billion, then Elon Musk is going to hold on to his investment.
All right, Liz, back up just a little bit. Where the PNP is concerned right now, and the government of Jamaica. And I don't know if you heard what the gentleman in New York said to the Observer, and encouraging Jamaicans to not go on the international stage and help to propagate false misinformation, misleading. And this wouldn't be the first time where the diaspora protested, for any reason or for anything in Jamaica that they find to be a problem, right? But this time around, there's something about these people. They are not getting any traction. And this man is coming out and saying, don't follow them. Don't go out there, go bring down no disgrace on Jamaica, because where them attack is a lie. As to prove it, yeah. So when Mark Golden go say in the diaspora, is lie him tell. Lies. And we must continue to call out them people here with them. So then tell like everybody in a PNP, make people them run left a party, make people them stress out, then help gone down, all kind of stuff. Then two lie, man. You see me not argue and fight with liar, because guess what? Me not go lie everything I say are true, Me can't win with a liar, If you come deal with me and debate me, come with the truth, I'll stand up to you. But guess what? Lying a waste of time to argue with liar. Waste of time. They are so lie.
No, but you mentioned the PNP. It may sound like beating a dead horse or a kind of cliche, but I'm one of the few. We must continue to separate Mark Golding from the People's National Party.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that, Liz.
Okay, he's doing it for us every day now, because no opposition leader in its history, 86-year history, no opposition leader from of the People's National Party, you, has ever done anything of this nature. In January of 2021, Mark Golding said, national hero Norman Washington Manley, founder of the PNP, Norman Washington Manley, is a liar. He is not the founder of the People's National Party. And they went as far as to print a document removing Norman Washington Manley as the founder and put a fake name there. Now, those things might seem minor, but that from the very beginning tells us that Mark Golding is not a member or aligned to the people. We must continue to put it in our heads and tell them we must separate them. What we have, however, on the PNP side of things, the PNP, the male in particularly, sticks to a traditional way of thinking. They stick to a traditional way of thinking. And because of that, the whole scenario of our constitution, the party's constitution, the government, the international picture being painted by Rise United Movement Party leader Mark Golding is being fully accepted as the PNP when it is not. It is a hostile fascist attempt to take over the country in the interest of two people, Mark Jefferson Golding as finance minister and Peter Merkel Bunting as prime minister. That is what it is about. And as I said, because of their traditional thinking, the country is paying dearly, dearly, dearly. And the clock is ticking so much to the point where if Mark Golding could command a quarter of the JDF, he would use them and overthrow the country and the government. Because the PNP, the PNP and its traditional thinking is refusing to do something about this man. It is right in front of them face. Him keep doing it, and he's up in the ante. He lost the local government election. Him try to do a Trump. Them win, them lose 7 municipal council to 5 for the PNP. KSAMC tied. The country, the PNP traditional thinkers is sitting there with him. If you notice also, none of them, not one of them, not even the Rise United Movement, Angela Dornberg, has been taken on this trip. This trip with him.
What make you think they're not go with him?
Because Mark Golding is not seeing them as part of what his plans are. Mark Golding is establishing banks beyond the shores of Jamaica. The diaspora has billions because Jamaicans are successful in the United States. So Mark Golding is there now selling the proven idea, wanting to ask the diaspora to invest their US billions into proven wealth. So no need to carry and the joke called Angela Baumberg, so-called spokesperson foreign trade.
So you basically say I use people like Dayton and the rest of them. I use Angela them.
Of course, Mark Golding don't like them. Mark Golding don't think much of them. So, but Mark Golding is a raw, hostile commercial lawyer, the hostile takeover machine. And Mark Golding is now going like Crawford Band, Blaze and the other banks that PJ took with him to the diaspora to invest in their country. So Mark Golding is on that mission to sell them the idea of investing in proven wealth. That is what Mark Golding is there for. So no business with very much about Jamaica or want to tear out Jamaica. Mark Golding is there to sell his business venture called Proven Wealth and to use that. Because if they had the chance to win anything, they are going to attempt, they would have attempted to run Jamaica like a business, like the major the executive office approval. Well, that is all we're worried. Peter Bunting, where's the office of Prime Minister?
And what will that mean for the masses of the country? Because them a top and elitism them deal with, you know. If you're not a big nothing for invest, them not really deal with you much.
No, because what it means is that their assets would be then taken to the banks to be stored in the banks in Switzerland. They would each own a Learjet, fly to the quarterly Billionaires Club meeting in Davos, Switzerland. That is really what it would mean. And then they would have like military personnel as security, where the public them could get near them. But there's no interest. If you read something earlier, Mark Golding, it's simple, you know, because Jamaica is in a mess. But Mark Golding,
when you say Jamaica is in a mess, what exactly do you mean?
Jamaica is in serious trouble. Construction, health, housing, entertainment, transportation, education, social security, labor, you name it.
Would you say that there's anything good that the government has done?
Well, yes, they have continued to 80% on the economic part, the finance ministry that Peter Phillips wrote from 2012 to 2025. Aspects of that has been continued, and they have
nothing else.
And they have been implementing, for example, the highway section of going St. Thomas, Portland, St. Mary that was signed off on, and they have finished the implementation of the section of 3 miles and things like those. But the real truth of the matter is we are in a mess. But we won't talk that now. We want to really look at Mark Golding.
No, Liz. You say the country is in a mess. You have to tell the people them what you mean by that, because if the country is in such a mess, why aren't you supporting Mark Golding?
No, I cannot support Mark Golding. Mark Golding is anti-Jamaica. He's anti-PMP. He's anti-Norman Manley. He's anti-the Manleys. He's anti-black women. He's anti-Jamaica. I can't support that. Bad and bad. Andrew Michael Holness was born in St. Catherine, went to St. Catherine High, University of the West Indies. He's Jamaican. It is labor right, but it was Jamaican. So I cannot support an hostile anti-Jamaican. As Norman taught us, if you can get a speech, Norman said, anywhere in the world you are, be proud to stand and say, I am Jamaican. And I can't support Mark Golding. Mark Golding doesn't believe in us. Mark Golding attacks us. Mark Golding believes he must come plunder the purse string. And I say, own a Learjet and fly to Davos in Switzerland every 3 months to go to the Billionaires Club. Mark Golding calls us beggars and the people of South St. Andrew, hustlers and beggars. Him take off chain. This is 21st century. And Mark Golding enacted a skit and he held up the key and said, I have the key to unlock the slave when named Stone. Right? Those things are insult when we're having a serious discussion between Diaspora and England about how to compensate what they did to the people that they kidnapped and turned them into slaves. Because they didn't go to Africa and get slaves. They went to Africa and kidnapped free people and brought them to the region and turned them into slaves. I'm not willing reenacted that as a slave master ancestry, grandson and son. Mark Golding took a key. No, I don't know about nobody else, but I'll never forget that image. When he pulled the chain and smilingly said, I have the key. So I could never say, if I did ever support Mark Golding, and God would take my side, my speech, and let me can't walk. If I ever supported Mark Golding, I'm a black person, poor black person, heritage very rich. I can't support Mark Golding. Mark Golding hostile to me and to Jamaicans and to the country called Jamaica. Mark Golding wasn't born here. Mark Golding is lying.
So,
Mark Golding has no affinity or love or endearment towards this country. Mark Golding just sees us as what you call resource for capital to make him triple time billionaire to live a high life. He's a despot, so I can't support him.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I personally won't be looking at this protesting. I think it's a sham. I think it was organized by a flu.
Can I ask a favor?
Hold on just a second. To conclude what I was saying about this so-called protest, I think it's just a few vloggers aided by Golding and him look regime, you know. But I mean, the whole world can see, in my view, as what you said, Liz, that you know things are happening, and from things are happening, in my view, it don't make no sense because Mark Golding neither understand our politics nor our history, nor our culture, nor our people, nor their language. Or me say that our language. Me not talk about the English language. You know what I mean? It's a lot deeper than that. We're so rooted, you know, he doesn't get it. But say a final word, Liz, so that we can wrap up.
I'm asking anybody who's listening, whether no matter which state you are in, I am asking anybody who is listening that is in the diaspora, please join the pro-Jamaicans. Be there early before the invaders come, because the invader PMP here, we don't want them in, because an invasion on your embassy or your anyway, an invasion on your embassy building is an invasion on the country. So all progressive, well-thinking Jamaicans in defense of your country, please be there before they come and defend your country. Be proud always wherever you are to say, I am Jamaican. So be there tomorrow. Go there early before them come, because Mark Golding is Englishman, born in England. Do not allow him to destroy the reputation, international reputation of this great little country, because we have led the world. We were the first country led by Norman Western to impose trade embargo against South Africa, and it took off, and it was very, very successful. Do not allow this imbecile, this despot, to go tomorrow. All Jamaicans in the diaspora, anywhere you live, Hawaii, find yourself in a New York and stop this. Confront them, defend your country. That is all I'm asking.
All right, Liz, thank you. I agree with you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So that's all that is an effort to undermine, you know. But as me say, I don't live in the state of New York. So you know, I can't participate in any counter protest. But if I was living in New York, I would certainly take the day off and show up for sure. You understand? But sometimes you see we in attraction on the day, a waste of time too. You understand? But people in New York, as what Liz say, if we not go there about the place, go out them and go stand up for Jamaica and we have the flag high. We have the flag high because things are going, right? Things are happening. And we don't care what nobody want to say. Right? So look one Lord, I don't even know if I should even go there, you know. I don't know if I should go there, you know. But me I get some look of feedback. See some look of people out here. They want talking about they can't call my name, you know. So they might drop some little crumbs. But me say the dear somebody can tell me, say then talk to me directly. Jesus. Anyway, we're out here about Jamaica, guys. And we're out here about the right direction for the country. You know, the right people them. Whether them in a government or in a opposition, Jamaica people them sick and tired. They're sick and tired of unscrupulous people coming in our politics with their unscrupulous style, where they break down and destroy opposition parties. And now them coming after the country to come mash it down, like how they mash up PNP, because them claim to say them want to build it back. You know, see them a build back PNP? Then can't build back nothing. So when they come mash down Jamaica now, then can't build back Jamaica? No. We have come too far. We have come too far. Lest we forget, you know, guys. Lest we forget. The 1990s financial meltdown in Jamaica. Mark Golding, Omar Davis, and Peter Bunting are fully responsible. Because PJ didn't pay no mind. PJ was not mine in the store. And so these guys, like when your mother gone, and you and your friend them in the house, mash up everything, name out everything. That is what happened. This man here, Omar Davis, will never forget him in history. And when them come tell the people, them say them sorry. They never denied they did wrong. They said they were sorry. Mark Golding advised him. And Peter Bunting and him over here, so gobble up the whole of the people, them assets and their wealth. So we're not going back. Why must we go back to the 90s? I don't think so. I don't think so. I will stand on the right side of history, and I encourage you guys to do the same, right? And not only that, you know, guys. Yes, so one time it comes down to the murder of this woman. I want to see them people, I see the heart and the soul of them people, yeah. And what they do, if you try and cover it up, if you try and go on like say, they not do nothing wrong, eh? And all I will not go, they go cover it up, go clean up the place and fix Melissa one way, to give her a different impression. Luckily the police, them not fool the police, then take the picture. And when they should be $100,000 give the police in their hand, the police take the picture of the blood. And you hear what them come say 6 weeks later, when the truth come out, oh, I did just look a bit of blood there, nose. And we think of aneurysm. Wicked! Blood of Jesus against the whole of them. They not belonging in the government. And this them for tell the diaspora. Me say if I did ever there in New York, I that me and them would have debate about out there. Eh? I would have print off all the picture and put it on 100 t-shirt and me and some of my friend them go up there. Because me have my link them in New York. Me used to live in New York. I make the whole of we go down there. In a one t-shirt with this on it. We serious, you know, guys. We don't run joke, you know. And they know. That's why when they out here attack, they can show them word, but they can never call this girl name. Make them try it. One of them. We're not back no foolishness. We're not back in no foolishness. This platform was not built off of exploiting no situation, you know. This platform was created to help advocate for justice for the woman we then kill and to expose the people them will lie about her death. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, you know. Because if this is a platform and never had a talk, some of them did start talk. But when time they realize, say, it will cause a big problem. For the party, then top talk. But is it true we not belong to no cult over here, so? We not have to stop talk. Anytime one come out and talk, we talk. Right now, Sylvia's sister get charged too. She and her husband. And they should have been charged Bunting wife in cousin, Anushka. They should have charged she long time. From them tell her to contact the police and she refused, she should have get charged. We not response over here, so them vex. So till the people them vex. True we not support the killers them. Jesus Father. Then what could I go so? After what people them grow is so good if we can support killer. And people not like woman. No. Remember me first tell the nation for how long so they don't like woman and they will kill woman and call them viperous and murderers and see them come prove themselves there. Murderous, for true. Are they truth? So they have no boundaries. The ones they cross boundaries of homicide and then go over now to the Jamaican community in the diaspora. For go tell the people them be alive in Jamaica. Before they tell Jamaica people, because I can't tell you say if an election can nobody from diaspora now come to Jamaica come vote, you know. Not this time. Before they sit down in a Jamaica and tell the people them how they plan to make the country a better place. They're not able to do that. They have not done that. They can't do that. Even when they get an opportunity to present a budget speech, they end up pissing people off. They end up flip-flopping. Mark Golding make Bunting when I have Bunting were done like him done like hey, I don't even want to say the word pan yourself make YouTube come trouble. Bunting career done. Done like some retired prostitute. Career done. And he Mark Golding make writing speech. And it was so stupid because they never stood for anything to begin with. So they come back and piss people off and got walked out on. And then them sit down there and tell the government side, so no, go on, come out, come out, come out. When you look, nobody know in there for sit down and listen to them. So them have to come out too. No, sir, first me see this. A bunch of fools, them not no sense. So, the diaspora, what them think say, then can, how much Jamaican in the diaspora? How much million? Whole heap of million of Jamaican people in the diaspora. And I can guarantee say 500 nah show up. The biggest diaspora in a New York City, that 500 people now show up. What I need to do, you know, I need to come bring some images of all of the vloggers them when say I travel come to Jamaica from the African continent. Everywhere the vlogger them there. Then got Jamaica, they make the most content and make the most money. And them say the nicest and the sweetest things them about Jamaica. And them are waste people, you know, with them big lie. I can't tell lie on Jamaica. Nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody is gonna buy. Nobody will know now go buy it. Liz, who has been a member of the PNP for over 50 years, she not selling out her country to Mark Golding. So the $10 million when spend, the $10 million when claim to say tell the PNP workers them say it in a trust fund for them. Liz no want none. Liz no want a dollar out tight. Because the people them with them promising money, not even them the people they don't get the money. So them first of all them a scammer. Them a white collar scammer. So people like Liz and other prideful Jamaicans, they're not selling out the country. The PNP they might have sell out the party to Mark for 10 million, but Jamaica people should not sell out the country to Mark Golding. Mark Golding not come about the people. Him and Bunting come for proven wealth. Come for proven wealth, yes. Nothing about the country. We already talk it, you know. I will show you. We're showing everything. And we're going to continue to do so, guys. Because Jamaica cannot afford to go in reverse. Them are people are reverse. Look at the destruction. Away there. The destruction of the People's National Party is the worst in its history. Worse. And as a matter of fact, it started to become worse once they became a part of it. Wouldn't you agree, guys? From them Commando Finsack, the party started to lose traction. The party started to lose its membership. The party started to lose everything, its image. Everything. They start use pole and run out people to the party. All start of something. Then curse, you know. Them people are curse. Then curse. And at this now you know, so you have to go separate. You have to go separate the good and the evil. And as me say, this is a fight between a spiritual warfare between good and evil in a Jamaica. And that it come down to you now. Right? And God is trying to show Jamaica the last straw what they do, I kill Melissa and try cover it up. And then know then try cover it up the whole of them when I'm at goal in camp. That's why Sylvia called them first. After 6 weeks, them misled the country. Said the woman dead and in her sleep and from aneurysm. And then go to church and hear what the pastor say.
I pray against disappointment. I pray against failure. I pray against embarrassment. I pray against, God Almighty, mental disorder. I pray against confusion. I pray against and I pray against disgrace. I pray against disappointment. I pray against failure. I pray against embarrassment. I pray against, God Almighty, mental disorder. I pray against confusion. I pray against...
The pastor didn't know. When them think them could have got to God, people, go seek refuge. And that the prayer that the pastor pray for them down in a Clarendon. In pray against disgrace, confusion, mental disorder, all sort of something. Destruction, disappointment. The pastor know. So what I say that to say, not even the devil no want them. So what Jamaica do with them? Eh? Hey. No, sir, guys. Want to give the live a thumbs up there for me, please, and thanks. Because we're going to clock out here now. I hope you guys learned something here tonight. And as well Liz say, and as I say, if you guys are in the vicinity of New York, and you know of this whatever so-called protest or whatever them are going with, wanna go out there, man. Go out there and go stand up for Jamaica. Because this is nothing but a group of people who, and for telling you the truth, guys, it is alleged that some of those who are participating in the protest, they are promised positions in the next administration. So it's kind of like, people have interest in a whatever them promise. Because Mark Gold will take up anybody come in a administration in Jamaica, When if you know that, this money would take up anybody they put in there, right? You see, everybody when take up a people who are losing seat where the people of Jamaica rejected. From Bunting to Silvera to Ian Eels to Dayton Campbell. Everybody who Mark Golding take and put around him are people who the Jamaican people rejected. And he pushes away the people who have caliber, who are respectable, and who can help him. He has an affinity for people like Dayton, Silvera, Bunting. That's his tribe. We know our tribe, guys. We know our tribe. So these are the kind of people that Mark Golding will come put for monitor the country while him and him Tapanaris friend them overproven. Gonna seek them business deals all over the world. Cause him telling you, elect him prime minister, make him put in Tapanaris friend them round him. So if we not put him in a government, what him is going to do is separate himself from the little riffraff them. Me I talk about the Hills and the Silvera, and then now The rest of man them from overproven. And him and them a go par. I'm not really want to have nothing to do with the PNP more than so. Is that me attack it at them say so? Elect them and then we put them top on Harris friend round them. Deception, guys. They're built on deception. Commissioning their own polls because, you know, they don't like what other polls are saying about them because it's true. So they commission their own polls and pay people to tell Jamaica they're doing so great. And then they lie to the diaspora and the country. What a shame. Jesus. But thank God for people like this gentleman here. For those of you who are just joining, let me just play this final clip so you can hear what this gentleman had to say. And then I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining, guys.
And rally behind our interests of Jamaica and rally behind our government's transformative initiatives. Fellow Jamaicans, I am Dr. Clovis D. Nelson, encouraging all Jamaicans home and abroad to unite in vigilance in the face of actions which are not in the interest of our country. We stand at a critical juncture in our nation's history. Despite the tireless efforts of the Andrew Holness administration to propel Jamaica towards first world status, a small but vocal group of individuals in the diaspora seeks to discredit our beloved country on the international stage. Through misinformation, along with misleading and inaccurate narratives, it appears they aim to undermine our government and hinder our progress. We must not let them succeed. As one people, we must stand vigilant against actions which are not in the interest of Jamaica and rally behind our government's transformative initiatives. Since 2016, the Holness administration has achieved remarkable economic growth and development, including Jamaica's GDP, which has grown consistently with a 1.9% increase in 2020, as indicated and recorded by the World Bank. Infrastructure development, major projects like the North-South Highway, Norman Manley International Airport expansion, and Jamaica Development Infrastructure Program, JDIP, have modernized our infrastructure as indicated and documented by the IMF. Jamaica has improved its global competitiveness ranking, moving up 10 places to 72nd in the 2019 Global Competitiveness Index, World Economic Forum records. There is no doubt that the Jamaican economy is in the best shape it has ever been for a very long time. So much so that the government has been able to pass on benefits to the people by cutting GCT, increasing pensions for senior citizens, make funding available for youth to attend the Hard Trust Skills Program free of cost. Let us unite, fellow Jamaicans, to protect brand Jamaica against forces of division and misinformation. Let us celebrate our achievements and continue to work together towards a brighter future for Jamaica. Stand with our government. Please do not support anything that in the end will only serve to hurt brand Jamaica. Fellow Jamaicans, I am Dr. Clovis D. Nelson, encouraging all Jamaicans who